And so I'd like to get started with our meditation today on compassion and empathy. So my name's Marla Pelletier. I run the business Inward Office, which is in Western New York. We hold virtual and in-person wellness classes for organizations across the country. Our home base, as I mentioned, is in Western New York, in Rochester, New York. And we've started to really investigate and teach some of these soft skills, like empathy and compassion, that naturally arise out of our practices. So back in 2007, I started the company and was still educating people at health fairs and organizations that yoga is great for the body, it's adaptable to any type of person. It can be done in the chair, on the floor, and many of these things we now know, yoga being one of our main services. And now the discussion has become, people are more familiar with yoga. The discussion has become, how do some of these skills translate to performance at work and in life? And compassion and empathy, I find, have naturally arisen from my regular practices of meditation, of well-wishing for all. And so I'm excited to share this with you. One of our clients had recently hired us to do something of this sort, and it really inspired me to get on here with the greater group, with those of us who are around the world and here in Rochester, and introduce empathy and compassion as an emotion, as an experience that can come from our practice. And so let me just define empathy and compassion, and then we'll go right into our meditation. So empathy is this brave skill of being able to be with someone else's feelings and emotions. Compassion is similar, but it has this wish for healing instead of necessarily being with the person who's feeling it. And I think we all have this natural ability to be empathetic and compassionate. If you think about a child, for instance, a baby, and how disarming they are, they naturally awaken our desire, our skill as adults to be empathetic and compassionate. And so to an extent, we're just waking up this skill once again. And maybe you can think about those around you. We tend to armor and save those parts of us that feel more vulnerable. And I'll highlight that I think empathy is a characteristic that we need to foster in safety. We really need bravery to be with someone else's feelings. And so in our meditation today, we're simply going to be with our own feelings, because that's the first level. The first level is knowing what we're experiencing when we're experiencing it and allowing it to be there without needing to change it. And so I'll share that this is a deep dive. We're doing just a basic meditation here today, but then we will be going further into the skill set of how do we develop empathy and compassion in 2 other LinkedIn Lives that we'll be doing on the 18th of July and the 1st of August. So just stay tuned for that. So let's get started. And if anyone is joining me live in LinkedIn audio, I'll ask at the end, or I'll invite you at the end to share your experience with this meditation. And you can feel free to share, or we can just sit and reflect on our own experience. All right, so I appreciate you trying this out. This is like a little laboratory, so try to dive right in to the practice, trying it out and seeing what happens. So let's just assess how we're sitting. If you're sitting in the same posture you've been working in all day, I'll encourage you to change what you're doing. So that could be as simple as pushing yourself away from your computer, from your phone, putting all the dings on silent, and just turning yourself towards perhaps a plant, a picture, a window, or if you have that opportunity, even going outside. And then make any decision about lights, if this is the chair you want to sit in. Do you need to close a door, adjust a fan? We're being intentional here, so we're beginning this mindfulness, this ability to pay attention to what's going on right now. And then settling into wherever you are. No matter what posture you chose, I encourage you to push yourself away from your desk. And if it's available to you, sitting up a little bit straighter, with the crown of the head over the shoulders, and the shoulders over the hips, and feeling the weight of the body in the chair and the feet on the ground. Notice both the heaviness of sitting here and the lightness, the reaching up of the crown of the head. And just take a couple of big breaths, letting it out through the mouth. And begin to notice the speed of your thoughts. If you had a speedometer, are they moving at 10 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, 100? And now that you're still, and will be remaining still for a little bit, do any of those thoughts seem very important? We're not taking any action on them. We're just allowing them to be here. And remember, in meditation, we're trying to remain still, but of course, we have so many thoughts. If you need to shift, if you need to jot something down, please do so and return to our practice. Now, consciously shifting attention away from the thoughts, let's become aware of the pressure of the bottom and the legs against the ground. That weight. Can you feel the heaviness of the arms? The connectedness and the heaviness of the feet. And then become aware of lingering taste in the mouth. Become aware of any smells. If it's available to you, letting the eyes close and noticing the play of light and dark behind the eyelids. And shifting attention to hearing. Noticing one sound in the environment. In a subtle way, meditation is waking up our ability to hear inside of us. So noticing any thoughts you have about the sounds around you, any feelings of liking or disliking. And now let's move towards the body, noticing breathing. Are you on an inhalation or an exhalation? And does it feel labored, slow, deep, shallow? What is the experience of breathing like? Describing it with a label mentally. Holding the breath gently. There's no need to change it. Holding the breath gently. What is it like being here, observing without changing anything? And now let's lengthen the breath slightly. So feel the belly expand as you breathe in. Feel the belly contract as you breathe out. Become aware of sensations in the body. Notice the different places in the body you're experiencing sensation. And then finding one place that feels safe. Notice a single sensation. In mindfulness, and even in some more recent work by researchers, body sensations are closely tied to emotions. So ask yourself if in that sensation there is an emotion. Within this sensation that you're curious about, is there an emotion behind it? Notice without trying to change anything. Keep breathing. Belly breaths. Inhale and the belly expands. Exhale, draw the belly in. If nothing comes to mind, no emotion, no sensation, just be with this experience. Curious, open. Now we're going to awaken some feelings within our own body. So let's bring a hand to the heart. Or if that's not available to you, just placing the hand with intention somewhere on the body in a kind and loving gesture. And whether or not you found that sensation or that emotion, we're going to give some kindness to ourselves. Using a soothing word for yourself that you may have given to a friend who is in distress. It's okay. I'm here for you. I love you. Even identifying that emotion, it's okay that you're feeling angry. It's okay that your heart is hurting. Giving yourself that gentle, compassionate word that allows you to self-soothe. Think of it like a friendship. You are experiencing an emotion, a sensation, and it's okay. We can be here like a friend to this emotion, this sensation. Staying with it. And beginning to notice the space around this emotion. So noticing this ability to perhaps step back from it. The space around it. Maintaining the connection of your hand placement. Begin to awaken a memory that was joyful. Awakening a moment of joy, like a picture in the mind. Noticing where in the body you're feeling this joy. And friendly to the joyful experience here, allow it to spread through your body. And if joy is difficult for you to awaken, perhaps using gratitude or happiness, feeling into this positive emotion. Keep breathing. Long inhalations and exhalations. Notice where the mind is at, what you're paying attention to. And saying these words to ourselves as we close our meditation today. This is a loving kindness meditation in the Buddhist tradition. May I be happy. May I be healthy. So repeating these to yourself. May I be safe. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live with ease. I'm feeling into those words. And how it affects your body. And then we'll take the next minute to begin to awaken ourselves. So just feeling the body once again in the chair, the weight of the body, the connection of the feet to the ground. And perhaps stretching out the arms, lifting up the chest. Moving around in a way that feels natural. Letting the eyes be the last thing that open. When you do open the eyes, just taking in the room around you. What do you notice? Take a moment to reflect on your experience. Ask yourself, what happened today? What did I feel? Did I feel a shift from one emotion to another, one state to another? What's it like to slow down, to stop what I'm doing? Did I become aware of any emotions, and what am I going to do with that information? Sometimes the emotion's tied to a thought, a situation. What am I going to do with this information? And then ask yourself if there's usefulness in this practice for you. Is this something you would do again? What application could this have in my daily life? And I want to thank you for those of you who joined us live and those of you catching the recording later. I appreciate that you took this time, and I hope that you have a beautiful day and a beautiful weekend and a happy summer solstice.